Hello, my name is Kim Hornsby. I'm the Jackson County 4-H agent for Youth Development. I work for the University of Kentucky College of Agriculture, Food and the Environment Cooperative Extension Service. And what I wanted to do today is encourage everybody to get out there and enjoy some summer sunshine. And one great way to do that is to go fishing. So make sure that sometime this weekend or sometime this summer that you take a kid fishing with you. And before you go fishing, there are a few things that you need to make sure you do. The first thing is to make sure that you go on to the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife website and purchase a fishing license. The way that you can do that is just simply click on the link and then you can print out your license so you can take that with you. Also, you want to check out the different regulations for the licenses, the limits that are on specific species of fish. You can learn about the different species of fish. There are all kinds of great resources on there for your child to be able to learn more about fishing and learn more about the different types of fish in Kentucky. So be sure to go check out that website. Today we have Patsy Smith with us. She's our SNAP Ed assistant here at the office, and she's going to do a Cook Wild Kentucky recipe with us to show us how to cook our fish.
Today our recipe is going to be one of our Cook Wild Kentucky recipes, and it's baked fish fillets with dill sauce. And all of our Cook Wild Kentucky recipes can be found on our NEP website. It's Plan, Eat, Move. So one thing that we always want to remember before we start cooking is we want to make sure that our hands are clean, which I've already washed my hands and I've already washed my surface and I've sanitized, so we are ready to go. So the first thing that we're going to do with our baked fish is it calls for 1 pound of freshwater fish fillets. If you haven't had a chance to go out fishing, you can always go to your local grocery store, which is actually what we had to do. So we're going to start out with our fish. The first thing that we need to do is we need to preheat our oven to 425 degrees, which we have done already. And we want to make sure that you spray your baking pan with a non-stick spray. We have our fish fillets here in the pan, so we're going to start with our recipe. The first thing that we're going to do to our fish is it calls for a tablespoon of lemon juice. So this is our lemon juice. So we're just going to sprinkle the lemon juice on our fish. So you want to go ahead and pour the lemon juice over your fish. You're just going to sprinkle it on there. And if you have a bigger pan, as long as you do a single layer, you can do more fish. I'm just doing a smaller portion today. So we have our lemon juice. The next thing that it calls for is a teaspoon of water. So we have some water. So we're going to do a teaspoon of water. And we're just going to drizzle that over our fish. And then we're going to need a half a teaspoon of pepper. So we have our black pepper. So you're just going to go ahead and we're going to use a teaspoon of black pepper. And you want to make sure that you're measuring over your surface, not over your meat, because that way if you get too much, you don't want it on your meat. So we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that over there. And then it calls for 1 small onion. So we have gone ahead and we've already chopped up the onion. So you're going to sprinkle the onion over the fish. We're just going to pour it on there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now with our fish is you're going to cover it with foil, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it in the oven. We have our fish baking in the oven. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make our dill sauce. So what you're going to need to do your dill sauce with is we're going to need a small saucepan. We're going to be using light mayonnaise. We'll also be, and it calls for a 1/4 cup of low-fat mayonnaise, a 1/4 cup of fat-free milk. So we're gonna be mixing these together, and you're gonna be putting this on the stove. Once that just gets a little bit warm, then you're gonna add the other ingredients, which is gonna be a tablespoon of dried dill weed. So this is what we had in the pantry, so we're gonna be using this. And all this is really easy to find at your local grocery store or any department store. You can usually find these ingredients. It calls for 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Our local grocery store did not have Dijon mustard, so we're just using spicy brown mustard today, and it should give it the same flavor. So once you have your dill sauce made and you take the fish out of the oven and you add some vegetables, this is what your plate's gonna look like. So you have your protein, you have your colorful vegetables, and you have this great dill sauce to go on your fish. So there you have it. You have baked fish fillets with dill sauce. Enjoy.